So week one, the the first Thursday night game, which is going to be at 8:20 on NBC, is going to be kicked off with the Super Bowl champs versus the Buffalo Bills. That's definitely going to be a good game, considering the fact that Buffalo Bills they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, but it seemed like they ended their season on a high note, like a very high powered offense going up against the Los Angeles Rams, the Super Bowl champions. Key acquisitions for the Buffalo Bills was Von Miller, the ex Los Angeles Ram. Get to see Stephon Diggs go up against the Jalen Ramsey. Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford is definitely going to be a light show. The first game of the season, how we kicking off the NFL season, is going to definitely be a good one, starting things off. Another notable game in week one is going to be the Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. And you know what? This is very interesting to me because got me thinking for a second where maybe the Cleveland Browns just don't want to trade Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers right now, considering the fact that they play week one. That's the first highlight that I've got from that whole thing. And then, of course, Deshaun Watson. Is he gonna be suited up for week one? We haven't seen Deshaun Watson playing a year, so it's going to be exciting to see Deshaun Watson play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Excuse me, for the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry. Another game is going to be the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Looking at this game, got the two young 2021 first round pick quarterbacks between Trey Lance and Justin Fields. For the 49ers, we don't know what's going to go happen with Trey Lance as far as the quarterback competition they have with Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. Considering the fact that the 49ers haven't traded Jimmy Garoppolo yet, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Jimmy Garoppolo that's going to be the starter for the San Francisco 49ers. But we're gonna discuss that whole situation probably on a later date. But if it is Trey Lance, it's gonna be a good game. Get the young excited quarterbacks in there to see who's possibly the better prospect coming out of the 2021 draft. Uh really, outside of that, for week one, got the Indianapolis Colts got a divisional rival game versus the Houston Texans. We get the first look at Matt Ryan as the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, how he ends up fitting in with that rushing attack with Jonathan Taylor. It's definitely going to be exciting, considering the fact that we heard nothing but good things about Matt Ryan being with the Indianapolis Colts thus far, and it's definitely going to be a great debut for Matt Ryan. Another debut. I guess I'm going to be a homer with this one for the Miami Dolphins. Unfortunately, because I really don't like the Dolphins playing at home versus the New England Patriots at the beginning of the season. I prefer the Dolphins to play the Patriots at towards the end because of the fact that I would prefer to have the Patriots at home in the early in the season. It's cooler during the regular at the beginning of the season in New England, opposed to at the end of the season. So us having to deal with cold weather is not going to be good. And also the fact that us having to play in humidity, also a home field advantage for the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots. So I'm not really happy about that particular game schedule. But moving on, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Washington Commanders. We get to see Carson Wentz in his debut versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. We get to see what Trevor Lawrence looks like under center with the new offense under Doug Peterson. We're just going to go ahead and just wash away that terrible first season for for Trevor Lawrence, and hopefully this sophomore season is going to be a whole lot better. But that's definitely going to be a very interesting game, considering the fact how I think that this is going to be Carson Wentz's last year if this ends up being a dud season for him. Next game is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a 4:25 game at the Arizona Cardinals. Two two very, very exciting quarterbacks between Kyler Murray and Patrick Mahomes. The last time we saw Kyler Murray had a very, very disappointing game in the playoffs. Literally didn't even look like an NFL quarterback. So this would be a great opportunity for Kyler Murray to start this season off on a high note. Now, me personally, when I look at the Kansas City Chiefs, I feel like they're probably the weakest team in that in the AFC South right now, West, excuse me, AFC West right now. And I strongly believe it's a possibility they may end up coming in fourth, but definitely Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray is going to be a very, very exciting game to watch. Now, another probably one of the first AFC West showdowns that everybody is looking forward to ever since the free agency has taken off is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. They have all ever since Justin Herbert has came into the league. Like the battles between the Chargers and Raiders have been nothing less but exciting. So it's definitely going to be a good game. Definitely a game that you want to watch for sure. Um, for sure. In this week one matchup. Personally, that the we have the Sunday night game on NBC. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Dallas Cowboys. The last matchup that was a very, very good game, a very high scoring game. Get to see Tom Brady go up against Dak Prescott. It's definitely going to be another exciting game. Nothing but bangers. The Monday night game, the Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. Uh, if you remember the trade between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks, sending Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos and Drew Lock to the Seattle Seahawks. So both quarterbacks will have an opportunity to play against their former teams. Considering I feel like it holds more weight when you go back and you play your former team at their house. So for Russell Wilson, I'm pretty sure he is definitely going to be motivated to play his former team week one on Monday night national television. It's going to be exciting. All right, so week two, we have we're starting it off with another Thursday night game. It's going to be on Prime Video. We have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs, another AFC West showdown. Two quarterbacks that can put up a lot of points. Again, and we're still trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen in this division. It's going to be a very, very tight divisional race between all four teams in the AFC West. So it's definitely going to be exciting to see what they do. Um, for the Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens, if you remember last year, the Miami Dolphins end up kill. I don't want to use the word kill. I feel like that's kind of an understatement. Annihilated. How about that? Annihilated the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson under center. So I'm expecting the Baltimore Ravens to have somewhat of a revenge game for the Dolphins. Uh, I feel like this is more of a rivalry more than some of probably the other teams in the Miami Dolphins division for some reason, because for some reason we always have issues with the Baltimore Ravens. This is definitely going to be a good game. Uh, this is what I really want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see the creativity from the Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator, Josh Boyer, against the Baltimore Ravens, what he's going to be able to do versus Lamar Jackson. Is Lamar Jackson going to be able to improve his game enough for him to capitalize on his mistakes that he made last year versus the Miami Dolphins? Um, Trying to think another good game that could possibly go down in week two here. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, New York Giants. Okay, how about this? How about this? The New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know we didn't exactly go over this in week one, but it's going to be interesting who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, number one. And I am interested to see how Brian Flores, he's has the ex Miami Dolphins head coach, has been added onto the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching staff. How is that game? Excuse me. How is that defense going to look for the Pittsburgh Steelers versus his his predecessor, Bill Belichick. I'm interested to see how that's going to go. Obviously, year 2 of Mac Jones' development. I want to see how that goes too as well. Um, Really not really interested in the Seattle Seahawks and 49ers. I don't think that's one's going to be very, very interesting. Uh Really? Okay. How about this one? The Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be Monday Night Football. Two playoff teams from last year. Um, it's Ryan Tannehill versus Josh Allen, Derrick Henry. That's going to be a very, very good Monday night game, if we're being honest. What else we got? We have the other Monday night game is going to be the Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. Hmm. Kirk Cousins versus Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I guess that's a watchable game. Doesn't really okay. Okay, the start of week 3. One 1 p.m. game. Kansas City Chiefs at the Indianapolis Colts. Showdown between Patrick Mahomes and Matt Ryan. That's going to be good. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots. Lamar Jackson versus that New England Patriots defense. That's going to be good. About this one, the Green Bay Packers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two of the all-time greats, quarterbacks, Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be a good game.
Nah, for the Bay. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, we don't care what you say. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, for the Bay. Nah, we ain't hearing what you say. Nah, for the Bay. Fire!